Good morning, Ugandans. I am known by the names Aroma Patrick. This morning, I want to inform Ugandans why Jimmy James Michael AKENA cannot be nominated as a UPC flag bearer by the National Electoral Commission. I was shocked to see Jimmy AKENA condemning Justice Simon Mugenyi Byamukama, the head of the Electoral Commission, for failing to nominate him as a UPC flag bearer. Justice Byamukama's communication was very clear. One, Jim AKENA served his full term as a UPC president. Two, he advised the UPC to follow its constitution. Procedurally and legally, Jimmy cannot be nominated because of the constitutional hurdle. Again, surprisingly, it is the same Electoral Commission that has been keeping Jim AKENA in office. Actually, Jim AKENA should be very appreciative to the Electoral Commission because Electoral Commission has been very good to him since 2015. Even when court rules that he was not party president, Electoral Commission kept on pumping him. Justice Simon Byamukama helped him to stay as a party president from 2015 up to 2025, despite the court rulings. Two, Jim AKENA must understand how the court system works. Yesterday, I was at the High Court with my colleagues. How the High Court Civil Division works is that if a judge is handling the case of a particular organization, it is that same judge that any case concerning that particular organization would be taken to those judges. For example, the UPC cases are being handled by Justice Namanya, Justice Joyce Kavuma. Now, if Jim AKENA's lawyers, whom I saw yesterday, they were trying to get those orders, they have to put their application before those judges. Fortunately or unfortunately, for example, Justice Namanya issued a judgment that Jim AKENA has served his full terms. He gave orders that Jim AKENA should not be nominated as a UPC president or presidential flag bearer 2025-2030. And Jim AKENA has violated the orders of court issued by Justice Namanya. Now, after violating that very order, it is this same judge that Jim AKENA's lawyers are taking his application. Do you really expect the judge to rescind his own decision? That is not possible. And then Jim AKENA also made it worse by condemning Justice Simon Byamukama. Judges coordinate, they really collaborate, and they talk to each other. You are condemning Justice Simon Byamukama when his ruling has already been submitted to court for these other judges to now rely on. So how do you expect the judge to condemn another judge's ruling because of you, Jim AKENA, saying, A, B, C, D? So, in my own view and then opinion, when I saw Jim AKENA's lawyers yesterday in the High Court Civil Division trying to get those orders, we just laughed. Because, and this is the reason why Jim AKENA had fixed his press conference at 2 p.m. He had hoped the orders were going to come out within 3 hours, which did not. So, I want people to really understand that legally and constitutionally, Jim AKENA cannot be nominated as a UPC flag bearer. No, it's not possible because of the judgment of Justice Bernard Namanya that Justice Simon Biamonkama of the Electoral Commission relied on. Two, because of flouting and violating all the UPC constitution. Actually, Jimmy AKENA's term has been the worst. He never held any delegates conference in the last 10 years. He did not even hold the National Council. The UPC constitution was not followed. No accountability. Everything, the way he managed the party was not according to the UPC constitution. So, in conclusion, Ugandans must understand that once the Electoral Commission that had supported Jim AKENA throughout comes and say, please follow your party constitution, do the right thing, they know. Two, judgments of court are based on laws, not on anything. And Jim AKENA should also learn from other political parties, and especially President Museveni, who has also supported Jim AKENA. You know, with President Museveni tries to follow his party constitution so much. He tries. Even if he has overstayed in power, at least he does it through the laws. You see, he has been calling the NRM Delegates Conference. If he wants something, he follows those legal channels. But you cannot just want to stay in power while not following your own party constitution. That is not possible. It's not possible at all, you know. So, to just push that you are going to be nominated against all will, Jim AKENA is now lobbying up to President Museveni. He thinks President Museveni can order Justice Simon Biamonkama or the judiciary to tell them nominate Jim AKENA. Jim AKENA must also know Mr. Museveni tries very hard to follow his party constitution and the laws, whatever he wants. You cannot just go to President Museveni and say, order these people to do this, order these people to do this, when you have flouted all the laws of the land. That can't be possible, you see. So, UPC cannot participate in the 2030 presidential election. I think the Electoral Commission took a good decision, they took a good stand, and also the judiciary. What are the roles of the government institution? There's a way government institution works. You cannot just go flirting, thinking that you're above government institution. That is not how things work. Government institution must be left to do their work. We appeal to President Museveni not to interfere in this process. Let the constitution and the law takes its course. Thank you.